views from the Cornbread Nation. Rob and Dave on the Humpday Show. We're talking all out of the Southern Fried Nation. We're talking all out of Cornbread Nation. Rob and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Rob and Dave from the Cornbread Nation. We're talking all out of Southern Fried Nation. We're talking all out of Cornbread Nation. Rob and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Rob and Dave from the Cornbread Nation. We're talking all out of the Southern Fried Nation. We're talking all out of Cornbread Nation. Rob and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Rob and Dave from the Cornbread Nation. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation. Rob and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation. Rob and Dave on the Humpday Show. We're talking all out of Southern Fried Nation. We're talking all out of Cornbread Nation. Rob and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Rob and Dave from the Cornbread Nation. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation. Rob and Dave on the Humpday Show.
Well, happy Wednesday hump day. This is Rob from Southern Fried Podcast. That's Steve, and over next to him is Dave. We have Steve in here with us from Half Pine Forge.
Howdy.
Y'all jump in there, give him a big old like and a follow, and give him some love. Look at that head of hair. I raised my son right.
I thought you were going to say everybody give him a big old kiss or something. I thought, what's this build up right here?
I'll take it.
Hey, right off the bat, we'll say Steve is a longtime friend of the show, and we appreciate him. Half Pine Forge Live. Go order you some stuff, Steve. I've got something in the cart right now. I just got busy at work, and I'm making an order right now. And for those that don't know, go there. If you don't have a Rumble app, man, what is wrong with you? Behind the times. Yep. I mean, you're in a pencil. You're using pencils in a digital age. Get your Rumble. Keep that government interference away, and follow him and go in there and chat in his lives and everything. Does a lot of cool stuff as a blacksmith and has great commentary. Absolutely, yeah. And was just recently on the Angry Conservative interview series. I got to see that today. It was really cool. Learned some things that I didn't know. He dived a little deeper in the world of Steve-O. So that was really cool, though. And I appreciate the Angry Conservative with doing that. Yes, thank you for popping in. That's it. There you go. And it gets you some good old heavy duty. Is that some more of those drinks from that store?
It is. I got me some hairy toes.
I love it.
Fruit.
I thought about you. Your story you told about that the other day, where you were in there. I don't know why something stick in my head, and it'll pop up at weird times. And I was thinking about our business cards. I gave somebody one, and for some reason, when I did that, I thought about Steve telling us how that lady never talked to him, and he'd leave business cards. And one day he was checking how many, and she asked you how the business was doing, or something out of the blue. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, like 6 years. This woman barely said a word to me except for how much something cost, and she'd ask me back when I was still smoking cigarettes. No smoke? It was either no smoke or you want smoke. That's it. That's all she would say to me, or the amount that it cost me for whatever I was buying.
Was she cute?
60.
Well, that's about your age group, isn't it?
Sure, she's married and a grandma.
Oh, yeah. The whole grandma thing kind of messes it up. It doesn't matter how old they are. I mean, in Alabama, that could be like 28.
Oh.
What? Did I say that out loud? I didn't mean 28. I meant like 28 and like people years.
And their brother's their baby daddy.
Mississippi, I don't want to leave them out too. They kind of I got some hate mail in from Mississippi this week.
All right, let's move on. I'm starting to hear banjos.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, and a second part of our the second hour, we'll be doing our vent. So be ready for that. We have some that are already ready to vent, but this is the Humpday views. And I was thinking about this thing. We can talk about whatever, but I was thinking about this thing. And I guess in honor of Steve coming on, it's what popped in my head. And so I'm going to use Ohio as the example. It doesn't matter where you're at. But since Steve's on here as honoring Ohio, and Steve, you'll have to give us the city that this would happen in, because I don't know which one would be the best city for it. I mean, I thought about Cleveland. I thought, no, you'd say no, not Cleveland. Sandusky, I don't know. But anyway, let's say you're at a bar in somewhere, Ohio. This is not about drinking. It's just that you're at a bar at somewhere, Ohio, and you walk out, and aliens have landed. Bona fide aliens, not from Mexico. I'm talking about from outer space. They land. And they what? They give you two options. One is, and Robert's going to think dirty here, and I don't mean it the dirty way. They say, we would like to probe you and learn about Americans. Or
Steve thought the same thing.
Well, he laughed.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I was laughing about something else.
Oh.
Or you take us, it could be a place, a thing, or a people. 5 things in America that we could take back to our people, and we could say, we understand America. America. It's not about the rest of the world, America. So where would the town be that this would happen at? And where would you take them? What experience would you give them to give them a cross-section of Americana that they could take back to the planet, whatever, and say, hey, those are pretty cool people to party with or whatever. I don't care.
So wait, let me get this straight. So the 2 options the aliens giving me is either they're busting out the probinator.
Yes.
Me. Which, or give them a city.
It could be a place. It could be
5 things that you could show them.
a thing. Yeah, 5 things. It could be. It is wide open. But you've got to teach them. I know you wouldn't get it all, but where would you take them and what would you do? You're riding the spaceship, by the way, so you get to go in the spaceship, so you can zoom all over the country really quick. Where would you take them, and what experience would you give them to say they would go, we met the Americans? Elizabeth said there'll be no probes.
It would have, man, you know what? It would be a between. I'm gonna make somebody mad here. It ain't gonna be Ohio. I'll tell you that right now. I'm gonna make someone mad. So it's either gonna be like modern Americana would be. Oh wait, you said 5 places, didn't you?
5
or
places,
things, or
it doesn't matter to me.
Oh shoot! All right, Boston, Massachusetts. Got to take them through the tour of our history.
Okay, Boston.
And somebody's going to get mad at me. I can't remember which one's the better town, people. Okay, so anybody that's been to Tennessee or knows Tennessee, you have to tell me in the chat. Is it Nashville or is it Memphis? Which one's Music Town, USA? You got to give me the better blues town.
Memphis better blues.
That's what I'm thinking. I wasn't. Nashville's a little more Rascal Flats. Don't even get me started on them.
Yeah.
So, the most country those guys have ever experienced was.
So you're going to take them to Memphis for blues and barbecue, right? That's
Yep.
That's not bad. Not bad. I like it.
Blues and barbecue out in Memphis. What else we got to do?
You said Boston. Historical tour.
They got to go to a baseball game. So where would that be?
Yeah, where would that be? I thought about baseball game too, because that's considered like the American sport of the ages,
I'm not completely familiar with which stadiums are where. Where's Wrigley Field?
Chicago.
I thought. I wasn't.
My God, you're taking all the rough places.
Oh hell yeah! Why not? Let's see. We already covered that band of the North. Now what do we got to do? We got to stay away from Georgia because those guys are. they got Robs and Daves down there, and
They're what? They're cool people, dude.
got to be somewhere in Texas.
Okay. The Alamo?
The Alamo, yeah. Oh, the Alamo, yeah.
That wouldn't be bad.
And then we gotta do a complete U-turn because we're getting way too close to California. I don't want them getting the wrong idea. What, warm Soviet Russia? No. Don't look at that, aliens. Don't look. Look at the pretty lights in Vegas. There we go.
Yeah.
Don't look at California, aliens. Look at the shiny lights out there in the middle of the desert.
Now you done hurt Janice, man.
You know what that represents? That's a great end to it, too. That's a great end because you're leaving them on a note, and that note is that it doesn't matter where we are, doesn't matter what the environment's like. We as Americans, if we feel like building something there, it will exist. Period.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. We made the decision. We will make it so. End of story.
Yes.
Dude, they've got palm trees out there in the middle of like Death Valley.
Yeah.
Why? We wanted them. They look pretty.
Not bad.
Elizabeth says for you to kiss her grits. And heck yeah, bring them to Georgia. You better be
Well, wait a
careful. She's
minute.
going to send you to hell.
Are you talking about probes or are we talking about showing them around?
I don't want
I'm
them.
just saying.
You're going to get so much trouble.
Now, the probe is a mind probe. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Yeah, but how's it getting to the mind? It could be long. That's where you get crappy ideas.
And what town in Ohio is this bar in? I just want to know. I got to have a connection.
Okay, so I'm confused there. Where's the bar in Ohio happen? Is that just where they show up?
Wherever you think they'll be likely to show up.
Yeah, they just happen to fall out of the sky like a meteor, in front of this bar in somewhere Ohio. What?
That would have to be a dive bar. It wouldn't be anywhere.
Yeah, it's a dive bar. Absolutely. A bunch
be
of bikers in front,
It might be out over somebody's still or something.
No, it wouldn't be that. Ohio's
It might
got them,
be.
got them little small industrial towns.
In my area, in my stomping grounds from when I was living down, out more countryside, I'd say that'd be this little sparrow fart of a town called Bloomfield.
Bloomfield?
Bloomfield.
Bloomfield. That sounds like a place.
Dude, they got nothing there. Last I checked, I think they still have a blinking yellow light intersection, but that's about it.
Oh.
There's the livestock auction house and a bar right next to it. That's pretty much it. Allegedly, there's a school, but I ain't seen it.
Yeah, you don't believe that school until you see it.
Toledo.
Toledo near farmland. Bro, have you ever been to Toledo?
Here's Elizabeth.
Farming in
Death
Toledo.
Valley.
In Toledo is crack.
Elizabeth said, I'm going to take you three to Death Valley and leave y'all. Then Jenna, Terry, and I are going to take over the show until you can walk back.
Joke's on you. I'm into that stuff. Man, I could do it.
Hey, Madison, how are you doing?
Hey, Madison. Broski says the Gulf of America on the Florida Panhandle. Grand Canyon, not bad. Blue Ridge Mountains, a high-end
strip club in Greenville, South Carolina.
But a high-end strip club where? We going back to Vegas?
That sounds like Atlanta.
Vegas, it has
Is that
to be.
like Cheetah 3 or something?
Whoa.
Tattletales.
There used to be, years ago, a strip bar, a strip club on I-75, just this side of Macon. It was called the Cafe Erotica. And it had great cheeseburgers.
Wasn't that a fag bar?
No, goofball. I don't know how I know. I always heard that it wasn't. I heard they had good hamburgers. I heard it was. Just saying. I heard a lot of stuff about that.
Oh, we're gonna get in trouble.
What was it called again?
Cafe Erotica.
Oh my gosh.
You hear? What? What do you mean?
What's this crap? Most
What?
aliens pro-viewed.
Whoops! Oh shit!
I don't know the background of probing in alien movies, so I thought
Well,
they could.
it's so they can tell what you've been eating, Dave.
Oh,
Corn.
If you're gay, sperm,
It's Ohio.
definitely
Got a lot
sperm.
of corn here. We're like the Nebraska of the East. I think I saw a meme somewhere that I was driving through Ohio, and it's like, and this anybody who's lived in Ohio knows that this meme is accurate. It goes, corn, 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 grandpa's cheese barn, corn, 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 hell is real, corn, corn, corn. All of that accurate.
Uh, I think one of the places that we definitely need to take them will be alligator Alcatraz.
Ooh.
that would be cool.
People are starting to take their picture in front of the sign now for alligator.
Yes, I want my picture.
And everybody, and people on the left are freaking out. They're going, "This is like people in the 40s taking their picture in front of the Alcatraz entrance."
So,
So
uh,
I'm good with it.
Not even close.
I think because there was complaining because there weren't any places for them to bathe and brush their teeth and stuff. I think we put video cameras on the outside of it and record 24/7 and tell them they can take a bath and brush their teeth whenever they get ready. It'll be must-see TV.
So I think that's a good idea. I think Vegas is a good idea.
Mhm.
And actually, not to be dirty, the strip club's not a bad idea because they're going to have fun. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, I think that'd be a better place to take them if they were looking to figure out what humans were all about, not specifically Americans. That's a good place to see human nature and
and they could study human anatomy there as well.
Right.
Yes,
kill two stone birds with that one. No,
that's right.
I think I hobcobbled together a good little tour going on there. Because
you got it.
you start off with the beginning. Here you go, aliens. This is where we came from. Then you move over to Memphis. This is the soul of America. This is how our music. Then you take them to a baseball game. This is like what we like to do for fun. Take them to the Alamo. This is what happens when people piss us off. Then you take them over to Vegas and show them, this is the crazy crap we build.
Yeah.
Well, what about like the Cajuns, like gumbo or something, down in Louisiana, like that would probably need to be the French
confuse the
Quarter.
hell out of them. Take them to Mardi Gras.
Yeah, Mardi Gras, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to get eradicated though.
They could go back, with the beads.
I think that could get a little. I think that could go sour pretty quick.
I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna take them to a strip club, I mean, it's not much difference. There's a lot of boobs and stuff at Mardi Gras, and beads and floats. And
I've never been to Mardi Gras.
I noticed your plan also left out Midwest to up, everything north. Like there was no part of the tour that went.
I didn't want to get close to California. And I didn't want to go north, like to the Pacific Northwest. I didn't want to go to the Pacific Northwest because it's.
mainly
Yeah.
because they didn't want them all to think that we were all like that.
Yeah. I didn't want to get close to California. I didn't want to get close to cold, wet California.
What about Michigan?
Freezing California? No.
Hell no, we can't take them to Michigan.
Or Little Canada.
Dude, If they walked into a bathroom, and a men's bathroom, and saw a tampon dispenser, they would be totally freaked out.
Is their UFO also like a Wayback Machine? Can we
Well,
take
it could be.
1950s, 1960s Detroit?
Go back in time a little bit.
That could work. Then I'd be open to it, but modern day, no.
No.
They'll just want to eradicate us. Like, look, you guys are destroying yourselves.
We'll just help you out. Push you right on over the edge.
Is there any politicians you would introduce them to?
Maxine Waters.
Would you shut up, Rob, with the Maxine? What? Just stop it.
Look, she looks more like an alien than anybody else on the planet.
Fair.
It might make them more at ease.
What about the one that looks like Isla from The Emperor's New Groove? The one with the purple hair and the bottle cap glasses. I can't remember her name, but the weird looking. You know which one?
Yes, and Isla is close enough.
Yeah. Wrong lever. I'm sorry. I'm a child.
Is there a show, a TV show that you would have them watch?
Whew. To understand America or understand America now?
Just
No.
to understand it. Just to
I want to
understand.
make AOC. I don't give
The cross section.
a section. Y'all ever seen Last Man Standing?
Not
Isn't
sure.
that like the comedian show, the comic show?
One with Tim Allen's new. Well, not Tim Allen's new show.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah, he's got 3 daughters, and they live in what is it, Denver, I think.
Yes.
And he runs he's a marketing guy for outdoor
Sporting
store.
goods.
That one would be a good one.
Okay.
Have him watch that one.
I was thinking about Married with Children.
Love and America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael says All in the Family. The Jeffersons, you know.
Okay, you said the baseball game. Is there any other sporting events you would take them to, like a hockey game or college football game?
I wouldn't take him to a hockey game. This isn't syrup, or we're not Syrupians.
Would mud wrestling count as a sport?
Would what? Mud wrestling?
Yeah.
They'll see that when we go to the strip club that you guys.
Yeah, they go to the strip club. They're going to see that.
This thing that we take them to, because apparently this UFO is like an El Camino or something.
Oh, broski, I'm taking them to the WNBA. I am. I'm taking them just because you said that. Dang right.
Might work, actually. They might feel sorry for us.
I think we decided that is not the place to slap your teammate on the butt.
How about the original Vegas? What's the original Vegas? Atlantic City?
I think that was Newton, Georgia.
Oh. I was going to say, I don't know which one came. Oops. I didn't know which one came first. Atlantic City.
Y'all totally bypassed Florida, too. Like you're not going to take them to spring break?
No.
Why not?
Dude, they see the traffic for that.
They might run into
Dude, they're in a craft, man. Their traffic don't bother them.
some Florida mans.
Yeah.
Florida's full of Floridians.
Okay, Dabrowski mentioned Florida. Sorry. But if you took them to Central Florida and all the rednecks there, that might scare them.
No, that's the Panhandle. There aren't any rednecks left in Central Florida. They're all in the Panhandle.
Actually, my dad's got a friend that's moving down to Florida soon from Columbus.
Ohio or Georgia?
Moving from Columbus, Ohio down to Georgia.
Oh. It would be really cool if he moved from Columbus, Ohio to Columbus, Georgia.
That would be kind of funny. I don't know what city he's moving to.
Yeah, the Redneck Riviera. Rob could be their tour guide right there. There you go.
Yeah, I know my way around the Redneck Riviera. I'm going to tell you, spring break's not time to go. Time to go there.
A couple hours ago when I was doom scrolling.
Would you encourage them to take back anybody with them for further study?
Maxine Waters.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Nancy Pelosi.
Yes.
Yes. Joe Biden and Jill Biden. Barack Obama. Michael Obama.
Tell me Joe Biden ain't from space. He's
Michael Obama would be a
He's-
good one to.
space.
What alcoholic drink are you going to introduce to them?
Well, as
Well,
a recovering alcoholic, I don't want to be a that bad influence. So I'm gonna give them that Steel Reserve that I mentioned this morning.
Okay.
So they'll never touch it ever again.
I'm going to introduce them to.
This stuff, we're like, yeah, warm sometimes.
If you're going to introduce them to something, you want to introduce them to something classy. Something that they can truly cherish and enjoy and appreciate. I'm going to say Natural Light.
Steel Reserve is classy.
Natty Light or Schlitz. Maybe a PBR.
You got to be careful. They might fly crooked in their, crap. Get a AWI or something.
Natty Light or Schlitz.
Classy.
So either a 3-piece suit or one of those tuxedo T-shirts. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Anthony is not a fan.
Natty Light is not good because it tastes good. Natty Light is good because it's economical.
It's cheap.
When you're drunk and you only got $20, you can either get a 6-pack of Heineken or you get a 30-pack of Natty Light.
You're getting a 30-pack of Natty Light. And plus, you said the magic words. You're already drunk. Your taste buds are dead anyway.
Right.
So, you get the Natty Light. You don't waste the good stuff when you're already toasted.
Right. Who cares? Worst case scenario, just make some Boilermakers.
Yeah.
Do you take them to any museums? Which would be a good place to teach them history of America.
I mean,
of course, that would require going to like New York or.
you can take them. Well, it's not like DC is any better, but you can take them to DC. Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, there's some great ones there.
Yeah. Chicago's got some good ones.
I'd have them swing me by Arlington Cemetery.
Yes.
The Unknown Soldier. I'd have them take me there though, because they're not going to enforce no concealed carry when I've got aliens with laser blasters at my left and right hand, behind me, backing me up. It's like, you know what? We're just gonna be here for a minute. I've been waiting to see this all my life. You guys you just can't get some get right in your laws. You got these loopy gun laws. That's the only reason why I haven't visited that place.
Yes, Anthony, I have.
Yes, Anthony, I have.
I had a taste of the last batch of a guy who made it, who died. That was the last one.
How'd he die?
My father-in-law of all people.
You overdrank.
I want to be careful.
He got killed in a crash or something. What about besides barbecue? Do we introduce them to any other foods?
My ribs
Like a Big Mac or something?
don't get better than that. No, you said food. That's not food. That's
Yeah.
compressed packing peanuts with food flavoring on it.
I mean,
What
you
about
got to
some-
give them some pinto beans. I mean, and cornbread, right?
You got to give them some chicken and dressing, too.
Yeah.
Sausage, gravy, and biscuits. Split.
With split. Not.
No.
What we give them.
Anthony said, what about beaver tail or elephant ears? Are you talking about the pastries or the real thing?
Oh, come on, Michael McGill. We don't want them doing the Technicolor yawn when we tell them what it is.
Who came up with chicken and waffles anyway?
I don't know.
Well, I like chicken and I like waffles. Who the hell thought about putting those two things together?
Have you tried it?
No, it don't sound right. It's not right. It can't be right. I'm going to take a Dave Point stance on this. If it don't sound good, it can't be good.
That's right.
Oh, it doesn't sound right. I agree. Try it, Rob.
I'm not trying.
Trust me.
I'm drawing the line.
What? Who to get a cross section of America? What concert do you take them to? What music?
I mean, all the good artists are dead, man.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Or they're just sad.
Willie Nelson is still singing.
Yeah.
But he's not singing like Willie Nelson anymore.
Yeah,
He's
everybody.
singing like old Willie. I mean, old man Willie, not old Willie Nelson.
All the good artists are either dead or their music is. Their live music, anyway.
I mean,
Well, hey,
what do we
they have,
do?
the,
Their performances are dead.
they have the Black Jacket Symphonies where they take on those groups and play the whole album. They do that in Chattanooga all the time.
What are we going
So,
to do? Take them to see
still
Taylor
good.
Swift?
You're still exposed to the music. No, not freaking Taylor Smith. No. My
I
God,
think your granddaughter is having a conniption right now. She's watching this show.
she's not.
Taylor's having a conniption. Yes, take them to see Taylor Swift.
She's not a Taylor Swift fan now. She's more on Morgan Wallen or something. I don't know. I
Morgan
think that's
Miller.
his name. Can't remember. Jen says no.
Wait a minute.
All they would
check
learn
out-
about was breakups. That's all they would learn about. They wouldn't learn about relationships. It'd be bad relationships.
You know, what movie do you show them? Well, let's finish off can we take them to anywhere, to any time to see whoever?
Yeah, it's your chore.
But wait a
Close
minute.
Encounters of the Third Kind.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about on music. Can we take them to any time to see anyone?
Anytime. Yeah. We already agreed that they could go back in time.
Take them to see Guns N' Roses.
What about Woodstock? The real one.
Okay,
Yeah.
Woodstock, not bad.
Yeah.
They would see Jimi Hendrix and
Yeah, they'd see
Crosby,
every
Stills, Nash and Young, and all them.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Arlo Guthrie, Dave's favorite.
Take them to see the Eagles.
Bob
Rolling
Dylan.
Stones,
Yeah.
Elvis. Well, they see Elvis when they're in Memphis, back in time.
And Elvis knew all the good barbecue joints.
We could swing by Graceland while we're done.
Yeah.
Well, he'd be like, thank you. Thank you very much.
Prime Metallica, I'm with it.
Metallica.
What are you calling Prime? Are you including Enter Sandman or not?
You know when Metallica's in their prime? When the stereo's off.
Ow!
That's not very nice.
When we're going through a power outage, that is prime Metallica right there.
That's brutal.
Just saying. I'm sorry, but they've been the same album since 1991.
Go see some
They're still
Judas
going.
Priest, Iron Maiden. Yeah, right. I knew you was gonna say that. Ride the Lightning, yeah. No Black Album.
Metallica is the ramen noodles of metal. Without the ramen noodles
Dude,
off the seasoning packet.
that is harsh. Metallica is the ramen noodles of rock, of metal. My God. And what movie do you take them to see?
Broski's
What-
calling you out, dude.
Who?
Steve.
You call it- Oh,
I listen to real metal, man. Dio, Zach Wild with Black Label.
oh.
Me.
Do
Yeah,
you
he's calling you out.
take them to an Ozzy show?
Oh,
Bark
by
at
the
the
way,
Moon?
good
Yeah.
news for everybody, children. Motorhead came out with a new album. They're doing the Tupac thing where they're taking all their old recordings and they're popping out new albums. It is called the Manticore Tapes, and it came out I think on the 27th.
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, it is good stuff. I listened to it the day it came out on Shopify or Spotify.
Wow.
It's not half bad.
Are they going to do the whole Halo thing, where they call it holographic or whatever? Go out there and sing.
I don't think they're going to go that far. But the Motor never had a big enough following. I mean, that's like something.
Who was they did that with? It was who was it? Was it wasn't Dio, was it? Or was it?
I never.
They did the whole hologram, man. They come out and played the show and had him. They did all computers and stuff. There was talk that Kiss was going to do that too.
I didn't know.
Mhm. Now, I do think there are two movies that you have to show them. Two.
Okay.
The first one is
Don't say
Forrest Gump.
Clockwork Orange.
Forrest Gump
Okay.
is the first one. And the second one is the original Blues Brothers.
Why did I know you were going to say Blues Brothers?
So they go back home wearing black suits with sunglasses.
Yeah, with sunglasses. We got a half a pack of plutonium.
Yeah,
We got a full tank of plutonium and a half a pack of smokes. It's nighttime, and we're wearing sunglasses.
We got our daddy ice on ice.
Yeah. I mean, you already got Princess Leia in it.
Oh, there you go. Have them watch the Star Wars series.
It's probably a rerun for them.
Does that count as one movie?
I don't know. But it sounds like they already probed Yoda. That's why he talks the way he does.
Scrambled his brain. It's got
must have real long fingers. Yeah, he's kind of a short guy. Anthony says, what are you guys' thoughts on my two choices? Born on the 4th of July or Band of Brothers?
Wait, Band of Brothers was a TV show, wasn't it?
I don't know. Born on the 4th of July, that was
yeah, Band of Brothers was the one with what's his name? Ross from Friends.
Okay.
David
Schwimmer. Yeah. Uh-oh. Dave's getting photo bombed.
Puppy. Oh, to go to boo.
His 12-year-old his 11-year-old granddaughter is trying to put the dog in his ear. Hey, she's fixed to have a birthday here next day or two. She's going to be 12.
She's not going to make it to 12 if she don't leave me alone.
You mean 13?
One more year, she'll be a teenager. Then you will have your hands full. Oh, Dave's petting the dog. But you know, if you had to give them a car to ride around in, to drive them around in, what kind of car would you drive the aliens in to make them feel at home?
To make them feel at home?
Yeah, or whatever.
Probably like a Tesla or something.
Cybertruck.
To make them feel like Americans. El Camino.
Oh, no, don't start with the El Camino crap. Holy crap. There was not an uglier vehicle ever made.
No, but that's for that Maxine Waters thing.
El Camino.
Or the last month worth of Maxine Waters.
And Steve with a drum roll.
Fine. I will get off the Maxine Waters thing.
The only good thing about him being on the Maxine Waters thing was he got off the Whoopi thing.
What, Dave? We talked about this. What? He forgot all about it. Why do you got to bring it up?
Oh no, I'm not going back to Whoopi either. Going back to the one that has a true crush on Steve.
AOC?
John Fetterman.
John Fetterman. That's who you need to introduce the aliens to is John Fetterman. And John Fetterman's probably going to go, hey, guys, good to see you again.
Are y'all back to probe me again?
It's just so much better than F-5 Ford. Yay! Freaking airhead. Nothing but pudding north of the eyebrows.
Rob loves him some Fetterman now.
Well, you know, at least he can look across party lines a little bit. You know, at least he can say stuff that's supportive. At least he could, you know, try to vote the way his constituents want to. Or at least
And
talk.
Anthony, you're trying to get him killed, put him in a Pinto. I mean, come on. That's like a death trap. If somebody hits you in the rear end, that gas tank explodes.
Only if somebody hits you in the rear end, though. The Ford Pinto is an absolute rocket, man. That's like it'll just take off. It'll be too fast for anything to hit you in the rear end.
What Pintos have you been riding around in? My goodness. You hit the gas on them, you were going in reverse.
You ever seen God, what was that movie? The Losers? Had the guy that played Negan in Walking Dead, and he was in it.
Oh.
It was a elite group of black ops guys, and they're sitting on a stakeout, and they're sitting in this busted old Pinto. And the guy says, "What kind of car is this?" Says, "There's not even any seatbelts in it." And he goes, "You don't need seatbelts. The G-force alone will keep you in the back of your seat."
Man, Barry's got the throwdown comment over here. When the heck did y'all agree to do that together?
Where's
What
Barry?
the heck?
I don't see no Barry.
Listen to what Barry's saying.
Rumble Studio.
There he is.
Look at that. What the heck is that?
I don't see nothing.
Here, I'll go ahead and post it so you can see it.
I didn't know y'all had an agreement in place.
No, we didn't have an agreement. I just thought it was something that we could do. You say, Steve, they were talking about all the female truck drivers out there. You know, that they're kind of taking over the thing.
Yeah,
And I said that you and I could become lot lizards for the female truck drivers.
yeah, but some of them are harder than the dudes.
I wouldn't know.
Hairier too.
Well, now that you've let me know about that, I don't think that's such a good idea. Thank you for informing me. I would have had no clue.
I read somewhere.
Oh, that's a bad idea then.
Anthony, I want a gremlin, dude.
Yeah.
I don't care how hideous they are. I want one. I want to get a gremlin, and I want to put a lift kit on it, like 2-3 inch lift on it, you know, and just turn it into a rally car.
I still want a hearse. I still think a hot rod hearse would be the coolest car out there.
If I had a hearse, I'd turn it into a convertible.
What?
And leave the casket in the back.
Oh, definitely have to leave the casket in the back. But you know, you got to have tinted windows. You got to have it solid black. You got to have it flamed out on the hood, on the front end, and everything. Dude, that would just be PA system out there playing not knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. The Guns N' Roses version.
Well, it'd be some crap like we had one for the Southern Fried. Like we pulled up, we got out in black suits and sunglasses. We pulled the casket out of the back. We marched into like some festival with it. Tell me we wouldn't have all eyes on us. Like, what the heck are these guys doing with a cape on?
Yeah, we got to have our capes on.
I'm pretty sure if you just rolled all of those things in a bingo roller and just picked out like 2 of them, that'd be enough to get everybody's eyes on us. Any combination, any 2 things in there, just, scramble them and see what happens.
You know, oh, it would be cool, dude. We have like our computer screens attached into the lid of the coffin. So when you open it up, our screens would be up. Yeah. You know, I don't know what we would put inside the coffin. Maybe a sound system or something. That'd be pretty cool. Or just have a fake body that looked like Joe Biden. Huh?
And you made it into one of those things that people do. It's a kind of a ripoff, but they get people to lay on them and it massages them and everything. But you got them to do it on a coffin, like it was like it had the water thing jet in the bottom of it. but
They
you have
could
to lay
get
down.
out of
in
it.
Talking about those awesome chairs in the mall.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a
Yeah, but you
coffin
got it.
instead.
They got the thingies that like rotate.
And you had a screen in the lid, and you said if you close the lid, you can watch a movie or listen to music or whatever.
Yes. Heck yeah. See, now that's what I'm talking about right there. That would be awesome.
That would be good stuff to have them ride around in. Oh, they got to watch Smokey the Bandit. They got to truck driving. We mentioned truck driving. We have to have them ride with a truck driver while they're traveling from place. They could put the craft in the back or something or mount it to the top. But they got to ride with a truck driver. I mean, that's you got to have that, man. They got to take that back. Get them talking on a CB breaker 19.
Oh, let them watch the Dukes of Hazzard or the Andy Griffith Show. Either one.
Coal Shack.
Oh. Speaking of Shaq, let them watch Caddyshack.
No, we're not trying to. All right. Never mind.
So they go back to their planet saying they get no respect.
Yeah.
They'll get no respect.
Saying thank you very little.
All right, Steve. Here's the other thing that's come out since you've been on, and I've got to let you know about this too. We're going to start an OnlyFans page. You and I. We're going to be foot models. We're going to show our naked feet. We're going to be foot hookers.
Oh, dude, nobody wants to see my feet. They're bad.
Okay. Well, I think it'll be okay.
Nobody wants to see Rob's. He showed them one night on the.
I think I'd make a good foot hooker.
Dude, I had a callus that was getting a little too thick. It was getting a little too big for his britches. This thing, I swear to God, like silver dollar. The whole thing off like a coin.
See, Steve has proven my point of what I said. Proving it.
Oh, they're right. I got working man feet. Feet is. You know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Feet go through living hell.
I just thought of another movie would be great for the aliens. Coneheads.
Mars Attacks.
Oh, yes. Mars Attacks.
They know what we're packing.
Yeah.
That we can adapt, and they're going down. Compliments of Slim Whitman.
Well, that's a good idea, actually, because we do have to teach them about war, and that when we have our mind right, we usually win. When we have our mind right, Terminator would be good. I could see that. They'd probably run across the Terminator in Time Warp. They probably know that dude. And remember, he showed up at a bar in that one naked. And it wasn't that in Ohio? I swear I think it was.
Give me your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
And Steve said, yes, Daddy.
No, they'd all start talking like Shatner, like he's on stage.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. Spock.
You are
My
really
God. Bones.
Bones, what are you doing? I'm a doctor, not a prober. Damn it, Jim. Pull your pants up. I'm a doctor, not an alien prober.
He'd start trying to sell the aliens a Expedia account. You could make it back to Alpha Centauri with Expedia.
What items do you send back with them? Now, they're tourists, so they got to have some things to take back with them to whatever planet they're from.
I mean, we got to give them a Zeppelin record because there's just something about a UFO flying through space, blasting the immigrants that just makes my heart happy.
I'm good with that.
As overplayed as that song is, I don't care.
Was that
Yeah.
on 4 or is that 3? I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm actually not even that big of a Zeppelin fan.
Well, give him a copy of the song Rocket Man.
The first CD player, the first AAC tape player, and the first color TV.
You want to throw in a Betamax there too, Anthony?
8-track player.
You can pull it out of that first gen Camaro you were talking about earlier. Of course, that's the only thing.
You want to give them something memorable,
A
something that they can treasure for the rest of their lives, and they might actually find to be useful.
Memorable for who?
For the aliens. You got to send them back with something. You got to send them back with gifts.
How memorable is it? Like, are we sending them with our Constitution or my baby blanket? Like,
no, something so they can commemorate the trip. I got this on planet Earth.
I'm with stupid T-shirt.
Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Preparation H.
A pet
medicine rock. From America.
A pet rock.
A pet rock.
Coffee.
You got to send them back with coffee.
One of them Burger King crowns.
Yeah, or a vibrator. Would a vibrator work?
I'm sure they got one on the Probolator. Thing's got like 52 attachments. I'm sure a vibrator's one of them.
It's a Crisco.
And some Crisco. How hard are you?
Yeah. Because Crisco do you proud every time. I might ease that probing up some. We might be getting thank you cards from planets everywhere. Oh, dear Lord, thank you. These butt munchers were tearing our butts up.
And we got to send somebody back. We just let them go with them. I mean,
Ernest P. Worrell.
There was a Uranus
Hunter Biden.
Oh, no.
He likes to party.
Just to get rid of him, sure.
Yeah, just to get rid of him.
No, I got the perfect one to send back with him. Jim Barney.
Donald, but we want that ship to be able to lift off, and I don't think it's going to make escape velocity with her. Go ahead, Rob. What were you saying?
Jim Barney is who we need to send back with him.
The skeleton of Jim Varney?
No, Dave said we could go back in time.
You can go back in time.
Jim Barney.
Barney back?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be amazing? Let's take all the Ernest movies.
I wouldn't send them back, though. I'd keep old Rubberface here for us. I swear to God, that dude's face is made of silicone.
Yes.
With the stuff he could make it do, it's.
And you can just say it. Just picture this in your mind's eye here. This alien spacecraft is flying back, and off in the distance you hear, "Know what I mean, Burn?"
Comes up with that hillbilly outfit.
Yeah.
Suspenders and the hat.
Yeah.
Horror movie, help me.
What was your favorite Jim Varney movie?
That had to have been
Ernest.
That had to have been Ernest Saves Christmas.
What about you, Dave?
Either that or Ernest Goes to Camp, just because that one I watched.
I think I only ever saw him in Ernest.
Oh,
yeah,
I think Ernest Scared Stupid was the best one.
You don't send back a horror movie, Friday the 13th, something like that.
We don't want to give them no ideas.
Check this out. We could eradicate all of them. All we have to do is.
What are you gonna do? Now we're gonna send back an alien movie with Sigourney Weaver. Don't give them no ideas.
Every time they run from you, if you just walk at a brisk pace, somehow they can never get away.
Yes, and they're gonna hide in the dumbest places.
And there's always at least two of them in the beginning that are so loud about everything. Is anybody here? This creepy cavern full of torture instruments and spider webs?
Yeah. Come on. I mean, because they're gonna be like talking. There's always one or two that are not gonna believe that we're actually there. They feel the need to prove how brave they are. That'll be an appetizer. Just say it. Anthony says an alligator.
We're sending an alligator back with the space.
I guess
They send it back again.
Oh well, Barry's got a good idea here. This could be interesting. I gotta post this from here.
I need to go after a
ghost pepper
sponsorship or something. I'm like, I got them perfectly lined up here.
Yeah, you do. That's cool.
If we send them a ghost pepper back,
we don't want
a ghost pepper, the ghost chili pepper, one of the hottest things out there.
Well, second hottest. I'm the hottest. No, hey, look at me. I'm the clickbait now.
You will never be the clickbait.
Nope.
Well, I'll just ask people out there, let them make that choice. We'll let the people talk. Yes. Oh, I'm about to tear my whole studio down.
I see that. Like, what the heck?
It's bugging me. It's not doing it right. There we go. All right. I need 2 seconds.
We got to take a break anyway. We're going to come back with the vent. We're going to watch a new commercial. Then we'll come back with the vent song.
Commercial.
And, so coffee, bathroom, whatever break. Don't forget Half Pine Forge, the Celtic Blacksmith. Give him a follow. Follow his shows. Watch them. Chat in them. You will enjoy. He'll be live Friday night starting at 8, 7.
So I might have to go back and fix all of my promo graphics too, though, because all of them say 7 p.m. and I'm thinking 6 p.m.
Okay.
Time so that I can catch all the streams that I watch.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, we'll be right back. See ya, folks. Hey, Dave here with the Southern Fried Podcast. We want to tell you some ways all on one page of how you can support the Southern Fried. Of course, you've heard us mention all of them. Here they are together. You know that we love Mammoth Nation. There's the QR code. These American companies that are all gathered together under Mammoth Nation's website. When you go through their portal, you get extra savings. These companies make deals with Mammoth Nation so that they can receive that influx of customers through their portal. I'm a lifetime member. Rob and others affiliated with the podcast are supporting them monthly. And these are great companies. You've heard us mention them recently in some of our programs. They are all American companies making American products. What a great thing. You can support them through this lifetime membership they have deals on, or you can pay monthly. And when you go through the portal that they offer, you're going to receive a lot of discounts. You'll make your money back in the first year if you'll shop there. You don't even have to get out. You could just shop. They'll send it to you. You're going to make the savings. Of course, Patriot Mobile, boy, the flagship of all of our supporters. We are so love these two companies, the Christian-based and faithful, and love America and love God. What a great thing. Both these companies, Mammoth and Patriot, do a great job of talking about the issues and not being afraid to share their faith. Of course, we have our promo code is called Cornbread. And when you make the switch to Patriot Mobile and use Cornbread, you're going to get a free month of service, and you're going to get great customer service. You're going to be using an American company and a company that's committed to you. Patriot Mobile. Dubby was the first one that we brought on board. We were so excited to have an affiliate. And Dubby, I have used it in the studio many times. You've seen me with that, with the tubs and the shakes and even the cans. And we have our promo code there, Southern Fried, and we're proud of that, 10% off. They run a lot of specials. They'll do a buy one, get one free. Just stay in tune with them, in touch with them as they get on their email list, and they will send you these amazing deals that are will happen for 24 hours or for 1 week, or maybe for 2 hours. They will do these things like that. And sometimes you can get even more using Southern Fried. You might even get 20 or 30% off of your order. Dubby is no sugars added. You don't get the shakes. You don't have that falling off that you do with some of the other energy drinks.